Hello there, everybody. This is Gavin from Scattered TV. Now, I know a lot of you probably didn't already know this, but I'm a huge movie buff. So, since I love watching movies, I figured I'd start my own little mini-series of little small movie reviews. Now, I am also a huge Godzilla fan, so as the new movie has just come out, I decided that I would do a quick little review of that to kick off this new little series. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth into the reviews. I'm not one for like character development and stuff like that. That doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, let's get to it. So the first thing I'd like to address would be the characters. They sucked. I really couldn't get into it with them. They weren't interesting, and the whole story with the orca was very confusing and felt really unnecessary to me. And a lot of the acting from them was dog poopies. Millie Bobby Brown made a huge mistake of signing up with that. She did great in Stranger Things. If you haven't already watched that, I seriously recommend it, but yeah. Now, then there's the monsters. Now, let me just say that I loved the monsters in this movie. Like, they were amazing. Ghidorah was awesome. So was Rodan, Mothra, and Godzilla. They were all awesome. The monster fights were great. Although it had the same problem that the original 2014 Godzilla had, where as soon as the monsters would start fighting, it would immediately cut away. And it did this a lot, and it really teased us with that. Like, the first monster fight with Godzilla and Ghidorah. Now, let me just say, I loved the scene where Ghidorah escaped his icy prison. They all start fighting. As soon as Godzilla pops out of the water and the fight begins, it immediately cuts to the humans. And it focuses on them for like 2 minutes, and then we get 30 straight seconds of monster fights. That is not what anybody wants. We came here to see monsters fight, not to see a human's perspective. Now, I know seeing the human's perspective as the fight goes on can be cool. I have an old comic book called Siege that was a big Marvel event told from the perspective of 2 reporters, and I really liked that. But we would have liked to see more action with the superheroes in that. And the same thing applies to Godzilla. Like, as soon as Rodan and Ghidorah started fighting about halfway through, I got so excited to see that. I was so happy. And it immediately cuts away. We get, like, not 5 seconds of monster fight before it immediately cuts to the humans. And it stays on the humans for, like, 5 minutes, and then we get 10 seconds of more fights. And it does the same thing, and the whole thing's around 15 minutes. And only about 30 seconds of that are actually monster fights. And that was really stupid. And the same thing when Godzilla and Ghidorah fought in the middle of the sea. Then they used the oxygen destroyer. Which, by the way, that was a nice touch. Nod to the original Godzilla. And Godzilla vs. Destroyer. More on Destroyer later. Yeah. All I really have to say about that. And I'm not done. And the last fight scene. The big thing that we had been gearing up for 2.5 hours finally starts up and immediately cuts to Millie Bobby Brown running around with a machine through a bunch of rubble. Nobody cares. Like I said, give us 30 seconds of the humans and then give us like 5 minutes of monster action. That's what we wanted. But no, it really failed in that. Now, don't get me wrong, what we did see of the monster fights were amazing. Mothra versus Rodan at the end was so good. I loved that. When he was just about to bite Mothra's head off, when he had trapped her in the building, not trapped, he had cornered her into the building. He's about to bite her head off, and then she uses the stinger and stabs him. That was awesome. I loved that. And I thought he died there. I really did not want Rodan to die. And then, meanwhile, Godzilla and Ghidorah was fighting. That was awesome. And then Godzilla gets his ass kicked, and then Mothra comes in. Not 2 seconds go by that she tries to fight Ghidorah, and she's immediately dead. Which sucks, because I really wanted to see Mothra. I was super hyped with her. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about the fighting. Other than that, The story was okay. Like I said, the characters were pretty bad. I found it really hard to follow the story. Now, don't get me wrong, I really liked this movie, but it had a lot of weak points. A lot of small weaknesses, and very few good things. But those good things were amazing. Like, those good things were really good things. I did like how as soon as Mothra died and Godzilla was just laying there having his ass handed to him, and she dies and all of her essence goes into Godzilla. That was awesome. And then he comes back up and he's burning Godzilla. That was another nod to Godzilla vs. Destroyer, where he had absorbed too much nuclear radiation, and it was slowly killing him. And then Mothra puts her essence into Godzilla, and then he becomes burning Godzilla. So it was essentially the same thing, just no nuclear radiation. And then he started incinerating Ghidorah. That was awesome. And then the end credit scene, the credits with all of the newspapers of, like, what's a king to a god, like gearing up for Godzilla versus King Kong. That was awesome. And then there was the end credit scene, which I think could have been much better, instead of the guy buying Ghidorah's severed head. Like, how about like a little mini news report, like another one of those. Maybe like a little teaser to the aftermath of Kong versus Godzilla. Like, we are all devastated here, wherever the fight will take place, after Godzilla and King Kong have finished their fight. This city is in ruins, and then give us a little Easter egg of to what happened at the end. We are unclear of how it has ended. We don't know what's happening. More on this story as it develops. I thought that could have been pretty cool, but no, it was just that weird guy buying the Ghidorah head. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for small video here. Only 7 minutes, but that's all you need. Yeah, sorry about the delay for the videos. Hayden's mic has been broken, so we haven't necessarily been able to upload a lot and make new videos. Although we have a Ark Survival Evolved series coming up. We've stockpiled about 8 episodes. So those will be coming out very soon. Hopefully the next video next week. Yeah, that just about wraps it up. Later.
Just kidding. Sorry, post-production Gavin here. I did forget to mention something in my little mini review. That was, the new monsters that they added. How, when Ghidorah... when Ghidorah was, perched up on the volcano, just like to say, that was awesome. And he was, just about, like, he was started his roar to assert dominance over everybody. And then all the monsters hear it, and that's when all of the new monsters started coming up, like, Scylla, who is just a Kumonga, otherwise or Spyga, from the original Godzilla series. Then we got Behemoth, a new made for Godzilla, monster. Well, not made for Godzilla monster. Well, I mean, he is, but made especially for that movie. He was alright. We got a new Muto, which I'm assuming is a Muto Prime from the prequel to King of the Monsters comic, which I need to read. I saw a quick summary of it. Yeah, that's just one last thing that I wanted to wrap up. That I wanted to wrap up for this review, and yeah, let's just watch to the end of this fight, just for purposes. So how's your day been? That's very nice. So I really want to know who wins this, and it's gonna bug me if I don't catch it on camera, because it might be really good. I don't know who I'm rooting for here. Both of these guys were mean to me. Hey! Alright, later.